We have $1,000 as a
Oh,
projected.
no, right here. There's $6,539.73.
In the county.
In the expendable trust.
Good.
And then with another 1,000 going to be a warrant.
Right.
Yeah, okay, good. Right, but,
And the cost of computers have come down.
exactly, I just, it was a small thing.
Okay. Elections registration and vital statistics. That saw an increase for this coming year of just over $1,000.
But then, again, the elections are part of a good reason for that.
Yep, okay, no questions in that section? Financial administration.
The whole section? You want to do it one by one?
Yeah, we can just start going down. We'll start with the treasurer. Tax collector. Assessor clerk. Yes, Frank.
I see the avatar is bumping up close to 4,000. Is this a year that we're going to do
Yes.
for pickups? Is that why we're doing this? Is the fifth year or whatever, however the contract works?
This is the third year?
third.
Yeah.
We're in our third year.
I know, but we have a bump every now and then.
The third and fifth.
Okay, third, fifth. Okay, good.
This is where they'll do a assessment of a certain portion of the assessment of the town to see if we're still in line, and if we're
Right.
not, then we have
So
to.
this is the normal bump
Yep.
we get every. Good.
As a point of reference too, when you go down to the salary for the treasurer, that's going to be a warrant article, correct, Ernie?
Yes.
And
Oh,
so
that-
this number does not reflect if that is passed or not for a
Right.
pay increase for that person. So this is the current
This is the
figure.
current rate
Right.
for treasurer. Okay. So. Right, okay. Salary trustee of the trust funds.
We also have a warrant article on
There's also the warrant article, you have to change it.
So that's gonna be a warrant article now?
Yep, add 100, potentially.
At $100? Or added
The
100?
warrant article is for 100.
Okay.
That was an increase of 100.
And did they, okay, they're writing their own warrant article?
It's all done, I've got it here for later.
Okay. See that one out. Auditing. And that would be it.
$925. We should have it, I have no idea what that is.
MS5 expense is our annual form that we have to submit to the state. And we have a contracted accountant do that. And it costs us $600. And the rest of it is the local auditors' salaries and expenses.
Trust me, you don't want to do the other one.
You don't want to do the MS5.
No.
Reevaluation of property. That's a big one, $1. Legal expenses.
That'll be a warrant article on that, correct?
What's that?
The evaluation of property? Oh,
No, that's
salary.
just a
Salary,
dollar.
I'm sorry. Yep.
That's just a dollar. Personal administration? Yes.
Why the bump in the workman's comp? What's in the note, write an appeal letter, the 1409? Do we have a case that we have to deal with, or?
Our current workman's comp company is claiming that our contracted road agent is actually a hourly employee,
Okay.
and
As well as the person that does the maintenance.
as well as the person that comes out and mows the lawns for us.
Okay.
So we are arguing with them because I think they're just looking for a way to get more money out of the towns. So they're throwing whatever they can at us.
The 1409 is the current bill, and we're gonna try and reduce that through. the-
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the worst case there. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay. Planning and zoning.
These are the budgets submitted by the boards.
Yep. Government, general government buildings. Yes.
All the way at the bottom on the cemetery, actually, that's the next section, but the trees are already removed. Why are we putting extra money in this year's budget? Is that just for the gates, or, because the tree removal's already occurred on the cemetery property?
Was it paid last year?
No, it will be paid it will be paid in last year.
Okay.
I have the bill.
We weren't sure when it was going to get done,
Okay, fine. Just
so we
curious.
had to do it.
And then didn't you veto the install gates? Didn't you say you weren't gonna fund that?
No.
At one point, there
Did
were
we say we weren't gonna do the
pipe
gates?
bars that went across the opening that were Jim Winmore's house. They might still be in a pile at Jim Winmore's house.
But we never reached a decision.
Go ask.
Okay.
He took them off so it'd make it easier for him to get in there and mow, and didn't put them back. So there were pipes that went across the opening. And it just was, as he got a little older, it got a little harder. Before I started mowing, when Jim was still mowing, he just took them off to make it easier for him to get in and out. There's a good chance those pipes are still laying over his house. And just an FYI,
And
history.
I had mistakenly put in 1,700 for the gates, but then I realized it was 700. I don't know if you can do anything like that.
Well, right now, there's $1,400 in your budget.
Just leave it out there, we'll take it.
But the board has not vetoed putting gates up. I think that we're looking for all possible alternatives that we may find. So you've got one quote at 700, I think it is. Is there any other quotes?
Not that I know.
Okay. So maybe now this would be a good time to ask them to look into other options, and then we can weigh in on the options and the financial costs.
And maybe you should take tree removal out of there since that's already done.
I will.
Which we will, since this is only a
Okay,
prelim.
well, that's what you want.
And the actual expense will go up because the cost of the trees will be added to that, so
Yeah.
that has to be some adjustment.
That's in the bill.
And one of the questions we were looking at is, potentials that can be held off paying for another year, depending on how the budget works out.
Yeah.
And that's where we got a discussion on the gate.
Right.
Was that something that could be held up?
As much as possible, until Mary Lou yells at us, we have been paying off things out of cash flow this year versus going into monies we've set aside if possible. And we've been successful to doing that so far this year.
Any other questions on the general government buildings? Yes.
Just, we know we just did this survey on the building next door.
Yep.
Do we see any more expenses coming out of that, or do you have adequate maintenance in here to cover some of the stuff you might want to do this coming year?
Yes.
I
Okay,
would say we have.
okay, good.
Yeah, we've actually, we had monies in here for electrical work
Yep.
and
The-
painting and
I'm in
Insulation
the process of
before?
getting bids right now for blown-in insulation.
insulation for the attic
And
space.
these are things which don't interfere with the historical aspect of the building.
Right.
And then more of the stuff that you're asking about, we're looking for feedback from the Heritage Commission.
Right.
But the town, under town building right now, and we have a warrant article to add some more money to it, but we have 31,000, in round figures, 500
Okay.
set aside already to do things that we can do it under our authority.
But I think there are some things that were mentioned in there that we have not budgeted for, replacing the floor.
Yeah, there's
some
some
big
major,
ticket
major,
items.
But those
major.
things might show up as warrant articles, so
Yes.
big ticket items probably.
Well, yeah, if we even, if the town was even to decide to spend that
Right,
kind of money.
right, that would be up to kind of the town to help
Yeah,
decide.
because some of that is very I mean, it's very expensive. You
Yeah.
can build new buildings for some of those figures in there.
Okay, that was all.
Other general governments, which would be archivist, contingency, and scholastic recognition. Public safety,
Quick question, Cliff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Under scholastic
recognition.
Thank you, that's the word. I never won it. Does it look like we didn't put the 700 in for 2011?
No, we did.
The actual says a zero.
I know, I'll look for it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? We may.
That's because it's on another line.
It's on another line.
It's actually up in,
No, it's,
Let me explain.
where
When
is
you
it?
get to scholarship, we never know 100% what the amount given out is going to be. And that is because we have two different accounts. We have an account where people have given money to the account, and I'll call it account B. Account A is where the town has put monies in. And sometimes in account B, people say, hey, I know such and such kid graduating this year that's going to be the scholar, here's some extra money, which the trustee of the trust funds then has to handle, process, make up the check, and he pays it. And we don't always know what amount he's going to pay precisely until we get to next June.
and I think that,
People have been very generous. I think we've, just a second, I'll give you the figure, but it's people have generated, been very generous.
right, I think I put it on page 7. and
I'm
not
sorry,
sure it's correct.
Scholarship Recognition Award,
That's not.
I'll call it A, is $31,479. And they only withdrew, well, odd figure, $1,210, and they show the interest income, but that's all from voluntary contributions.
And doesn't part of the can money go, the aluminum can money
Yeah.
get donated into that?
Every time our dumpster out here is full of aluminum cans, they pick it up, take it down, process it, and we get 50% of the proceeds, which goes into the Scholastic Fund.
okay. Public safety,
These are the numbers from Brookfield.
yep.
These are the final numbers?
Yep,
Oh, that's good. Didn't go too badly.
just under $3,000.
In that one account.
And then
And there's another account where it actually went down.
in the dump.
Next page.
Yeah.
We'll see it, we'll see it next page.
So the overall increase, I think, was like $1,300
Yeah,
for the year.
yeah, sanitation went down 1,000. CEO building inspections. Yes, Frank.
All of this. You've budgeted $6,800 for that entire area, and we've only budgeted $1,500 income in building permits. I don't expect this to be building permits to be a profitable, CEO to be a profit center, but it just seems disproportionate, building permits versus the cost of it seems like the cost of our CEO and building inspection is going up by what, $1,200, and we've got a flat revenue. Are we expecting a building boom in Brookfield, or is there some reason why? We just seen with what's going on with the economy and everything else, that might be flat, if anything, not going up.
The CEO and building inspection isn't just the building inspection, so it's not just contingent on building permits. That's also your forestry inspections, your timber monitor, your gravel pit monitor, and any other enforcement issues that arise from the town for enforcing zoning and so forth that needs to go out and happen. So it's a combination of 4 different jobs, basically, that go into that salary. What that is if you recall, what was it, last year we added?